Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rainy Glen Zoo on Planet Zoo. I really need to change my key bindings because every time I push the hotkey for starting recording that menu pops up. I'll need to do something about that. But I've not really done a great deal between episodes other than I filled these other 6 exhibits with things that you probably don't want to see, but it's mainly, well, there's a few spiders. I'll show you not a spider first. In here, let's see if we can find one. There's one right there actually. See if we can get in there and have a proper look at it. Can I click on that? No, okay. Well, we have green iguanas in there. Now, for the arachnophobes among you, there is spiders coming up, so just be warned of that. In this one, we have the Brazilian wandering spider. I want to see if I can spot them. They're not happy about something. I'll get to that in a second. No, one of them's pregnant. Where are they? There's one. Hiding. That log has legs. I think that's more terrifying than the spider itself. In here, what do we have in here again? We have the Goliath Beetle. Let's see if we can find one of them. Oh, we've got loads in here. Let's send all those away. And where are you? Up there. That's a weird place to be, but okay. Now we're still working on the research for these, so most of them aren't kitted out, but that's a cool looking beetle. Massive. Wouldn't want to meet it in a dark alley, but cool. In here, probably another creepy crawly nutrition. Call the keeper. Oh, there's only one, that's right. I needed another one of those. And we need a male. Let's find one of these down here. Can I zoom in, please? Well, there they both are. No thank you. In here, I believe we have a giant scorpion. It's the first time I've actually looked at one of those boards. Let's see, can we just be brought to one, please? This is the wrong exhibit, thank you. This one. Call the keeper. And where are you? Down there. They put a massive amount of detail into these, and I love it. In here, it's another spider. No, I don't want a person. I don't care about the person. I want the creepy crawlies. Let's see if we can have a look at this one. Very tasty. Right, let's get away from the creepy crawlies because I don't like them either. So let's have a look. Vet research is complete. Good. That was the giant forest scorpion, which was in here, I believe. Give them more things. I did put the walls up and things, but what we're going to work on today is we're going to very quickly jump into a time lapse because I think it's time that we've got these in. I think we need to decorate this. But on a side note, 650 people in the zoo, and we had an inspector between episodes, so let's have a look at that. Education's 4 stars, but Tiny Dumbo's got 5 stars. I actually changed the name of this exhibit. I thought of a better one. I didn't think of it personally, but I changed it to, I'm probably going to butcher this, but Hathi, which is Hindi for elephant. I thought that was a better thing to call it other than Tiny Dumbos. That was a bit silly. But let's jump into a time lapse. Let's get this all decorated. I'll probably pull that sign down as well because that it doesn't make sense having the zoo name on the way out, and this panel here just looks tacky. So I will get on with this, and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's turned out quite nice. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments how this has turned out. I'm not 100% sure on the roof kind of floating almost. I mean, I imagine that these beams are structural, but I wanted a shelter basically. I'm not sure if these lights up here provide enough light for the center, but hopefully they do. On another note, I noticed we're making an absolute fortune. Let's go and see how the ones over here at the elephants are doing. At almost 3,000. Now we did have another inspector report. Oh, we're making a fortune. This pleases me greatly. So let's have a look at this inspector report. On another note, we're over 100 grand. So education's still what's letting us down, but I've done some things to try and rectify that. I've got a couple of education boards here, and we've got all of these working. I noticed that the one over here, this one in here, for the Titan Beetle, wasn't working. Oh, we need a new Titan. We need 2 new Titan Beetles actually. Let's get those. Adopt Sentizu in there, and we'll get you shipped away, and you adopt Sentizu in there. Make me babies. Right, let's quick trade all of them out. Right, we have research continuing. As you can see, we're working on the green granite. I'm not going to do anything with them until it's full, and I'm not going to do any more handshakes because this has been a long recording session, about 4 hours so far, because I recorded the last episode and this episode together, and we've reached our limit. And what I have done is, you see me take this board away, or I think that was in the time lapse, but I've replaced it with a goodbye sign, and then you can just see in there, I can get under this roof. What I've done is I've sunk the word hello into the ground, because it makes more sense than to have the name of the zoo on the way out. So let's see if we can get down here. This is what a short person's perspective of the zoo would be like. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is looking. I also built this, kind of tarted up the info center, and I put just a memento out the back. Because why not? Couldn't get the path to do what I wanted, so we've got some flowers in there. It's fine. I put some flowers around the outside as well, and obviously I moved the ATMs because they were clipped through the walls. There's a lot of wasted space in here, but I quite like how it's turned out. I think it's somewhat of a centerpiece, what you'd expect from an information center. But a couple of things I'd like to get done in this episode. I want an animal in here that is not going to necessarily be, well, it's definitely not going to be in our India theme, but it's going to be an animal that doesn't necessarily fit into anything else that we've got. The other thing I'd like to do is tidy up this area here. I'd like the view blocked, and maybe some trees and plants and things in this area. And we might even do something with this, but this exhibit is going to be our focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick jump cut where I decide what animal to put in there. I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure on it, and I will see if they're even available, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay guys, here we go. I've as you can see, put glass. I've changed the fence to glass instead of the wood, and it is one-way glass as well. And over the back here I've used corrugated metal because I just don't see the point of having nice material over the back there. Now, our animals have been purchased. They are in quarantine, they've passed quarantine, but before we do anything else, we're going to need a hard shelter for them. Beds and shelter. That is glorious but enormous. That's probably adequate, to be honest. Let's rotate it around this way. and sink it into the ground. And let's get some bedding in there for them. Completely fill it with bedding. And we should probably get... I have a feeling we're going to need heaters. So what I'll do is I'll stick one of the heaters right there, and then we'll exit that build group. One there, one there. I don't like being too shy with the heaters. What I'll do is I'm going to sink them into the ground because I hate how they look. I think maybe 28, I guess. I mean, let's just see what the animal is and we will find out. So we'll select all of those and move them into Habitat 1. It is of course red ruffed lemurs. They're critically endangered, so this will be very good for the zoo. We should make a good amount of money from this. No? Okay. We'll put the animals in and then... There they are, look at those. Isn't that just cool? Very dark, but cool. I have a mating pair. I don't know if that's going to be enough for them. We might need to get more, but just now we have a mating pair. Alright, so let's pause for now, because we do need to fix their exhibit. We don't want them being miserable and causing protesters and things. Let's get these boards all set up. You'll notice that I also changed the colour scheme on the donation bins in this general area. I changed them all over around here as well to purple and green because simply why not. Might need to have a look at the audio range for this one. That'll be fine. Getting our education up is definitely a good thing. The other thing we need to do is sort the research so that we can get them enrichment. Let's see. You work on that, and you know, you can work on that. I don't think I have a particularly great need for the vet just now. Let's see, what is there? Let's check the Zoopedia. 10 to 40. Okay, so 30 will be fine, so we can just leave them as they are. But like I said, I want to sink them because they look terrible. No, this one. Thank you. I should have put them in a group, to be honest, so that way I could sink them all at the same time. They should be happy with the amount of water they've got. Because according to the Zoopedia, they need water that's 1 meter deep and 3 meters wide. I could probably bring it up a little bit, to be honest. No, wrong button. Alright, let's sort out this habitat. The enrichment's obviously going to be low. Way too much long grass, that's a given. Anything else they want? They don't mind a bit of sand. So a bit of sand we shall give them. That's kind of pushing it. I want some soil as well, but for now we'll just get rid of all this long grass. in a big patch over here. And they also want more climbable space. They're actually not bothered about the water. What I don't know is if they can actually get in the water. Where is it? No, they cannot. Alright, let's fix that. Without the heat map, preferably. Actually, I need to get rid of the water. I could probably just pull a lot of this back up because it seems unnecessarily deep. And we could put the sand back in as well. Let's unpause. They'll probably get boxed up, I hope. Come on, go away from the water. No, don't go in the water. Right. New plan. Let's get that one moved. There we go. I should be able to unbox all animals now. But the question is, can they now enter the water? Maybe. I don't know. We will find out. Right, they need more plants. Let's check the Zoopedia, because I might need to get more of them. Let's see. Yeah, I need at least 3. That's fine. Let's get another one then. That's the wrong type of lemur. You know what, let's get another female. I'm sure genes like terrible genes. You're fertile. Right, into quarantine for now, and who's complaining? Low welfare. Why? I suppose it is fairly low. Right, let's pause again and let's work on giving them some nature. Very important part of this. They want tropical. Biome, that's what I was looking for. There's not a great deal in here. That is a cool looking tree. That in itself makes them happy, but I want to give them some more. This little tree here looks wrong for them. Let's. Yeah, that one's fine. I would like to sort of disguise a lot of the back here. Hopefully they can't jump out their exhibit with these trees here. Let's go for that one. Well, they're now fine for trees. What else is wrong with them? Climbable area. Let's unpause so they can figure that one out. That gives them plenty of climbable area. Well, it says there's nowhere for them to escape. I guess they can't climb these? Oh no, they can. This is climbable. That's good. Okay. Animal is thirsty. That area is now a lag fest. Are we making any money off these guys? Goddamn protesters. Alright, low for some you approve. I should probably give them like food. That would probably be a good thing to give them. And where do I want them to eat? Why can I not place this here? Okay, we'll give them a small one then. How about facing that way? And let's move you in here. What is wrong with Exhibit 19? Let's pause for a second. Exhibit 19 has all the animals in the world in it. And a young male. There we go, I should fix that. We will claim that reward. I do like having rewards. Alright, let's deal with this. Okay. I dealt with that one, and vet research is complete. What is it that we're researching again? Good. Good, good. Alright, let's unpause. Hopefully that makes the protesters bugger off. It would appear so. Alright, let's go to habitat and enrichment. That's climbing. Over food enrichment. Stick that there. Do they have any toys? Block of ice. That doesn't seem like a very good thing to put that there next to their food. We'll give them a bit of climbing actually. I wonder, can I put this in a way that they can actually get up there over the water? I want to know, did that work? It's not temperature I want, it's habitat. Show me an animal. That one, over there. There we go. I think, yeah, because they can get up here, so that's my crowning achievement for today's episode. That is pretty awesome. Quite happy with that. We have litter. Humans. Terrible, terrible humans. Lots of notifications popping up. We have 2 animals and all of a sudden the cam that we had has just gone completely out the window. What's wrong now? Animal is hungry. I think I need more keepers. I think I might get another 3 keepers, in fact. Actually, let's pause a second because I bet I'm paying them too much. Yeah, see? And you as well. Right, we also need to call the mechanic here because this enclosure is already damaged. I want a mechanic to come every 6 months. Now we do have work groups now as well. That's one thing I did do off camera. So we've got this as one work group, and India is currently just that. And they share the staff facilities for now, but India will get their own staff facilities eventually. I'm quite happy how this is turning out so far. But I think we should head off into our second time lapse of today while we do a bit of beautification in these areas around here. Sort of finish off this section of the zoo here, and then we can move on to another in future episodes. But hopefully you enjoy this upcoming time lapse, and I will see you at the end of it. Okay guys, I am more than happy with how this looks. We've gone for kind of a bit of an unusual rainbow kind of style when it comes to the trees, but I think it looks pretty cool. I've also, if I turn the light off here, also got some lights going on in here. Just little ambient lights. I don't like that one. Let's get rid of that one. And let's unpause. Let's go ahead and make sure that our animals in here are happy. Where are you? There. Let's see, your nutrition could be better. Habitat, you're perfectly happy with, and your enrichment, you're almost happy with. So let's get you a bit more. See if there's any more toys. There isn't. You know what it'll be? Need to complete the vet research, which is finished for both. Awesome. We are certainly making good headway with this research. Many guest thinks ticket prices are underpriced. That's exactly what I want to hear. Actually, no, not that. Go for staff facilities. They're a bit more important than rides. Right, let's put our prices up to, let's go for 11 and 10. But that red tree, that's just awesome. The lag I get over here. That frame rate just plummets over here. Might have to do something about that. It's fine everywhere else, just that area. Probably the amount of exhibit animals that the game's trying its hardest to load. Let's also make sure that our prize winning elephants, I didn't even notice. When did this happen? Our first baby elephant. Awesome stuff. If that doesn't make you want to drop a like, then I don't know what will. Our first baby in the zoo. That's the wrong button. I need to maybe learn the hotkeys. Probably be a good thing. Alright, that is awesome. What are your genes like? Good immunity, good for fertility, not so good for anything else. So size genes a shame, but that's because your mother, it's terrible size gene. I think your father, no, he's about, really? That's bad size? I had to edit the roof in here so he'd fit. I'm liking those lights there. I think that's a nice way of bordering it off. There's a few areas I'm not particularly happy with, like this area, I'm quite happy with. Putting a little waterfall thing here because I want it to appear like the water is constant through the zoo, even if it's not. This area I think is a bit bare. Struggled here a little bit as well, so I ended up just cheaping out and going for reeds. And over here, I quite like how this looks. It's a bit bare, but I like that. What I am going to do though is I'm going to go to terrain and I'm going to paint this with short grass because you'd think that they'd cut the grass around here. Around the staff facilities at least. Rest of the zoo not so much. Staff facilities definitely. But this is where I'm actually going to call it for today's episode, guys, so hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, then don't forget you can subscribe and ring that bell icon, that way you get notified of all future uploads. And as always, you can find me on Discord, the link will be in the description, and on Twitter, the link, well, the name will be on the screen. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all very kindly for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.